Am I the asshole for going through my boyfriend's phone and now wanting to confront him about his past?
Yes.
That was quick.
Why
Care to
you
explain?
going through his phone?
Because he might be nosy, you know?
Nah.
See what's going on. See if there's any trouble in paradise.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is there trouble in paradise?
I don't know.
Okay, go.
All right. I, 25 female, have been with my boyfriend, 26 male, for about a year. Our relationship is really actually very good. We don't argue very much. We spend a lot of time together, and overall, he treats me like a princess. The only thing that's always stood out to me is how he is with his phone. Early on, I joked about couples going through each other's phones, and he shut it down immediately. Not defensive, just very firm. He said that that's a very big boundary for him, and he told me that he has nothing to hide, that if I ever felt uncomfortable, he'd sit with me and show me whatever I wanted. But he doesn't believe in sharing passwords or letting someone freely go through his phone unattended. At the time, I just let it go. But recently, I found out something that changed how I look at everything. He's not from my city, so I don't really know much about his past. Through mutuals and a bit of digging, I found out his ex claims he cheated on her. That's not something small to just casually leave out. So now his whole I just value privacy thing feels a little different. One morning while I was asleep, I went through his phone. And honestly, I didn't even feel bad about it. If I'm going to build something serious with someone, I feel like I deserve to know who they actually are. I checked everything, messages, socials, apps. I didn't find him directly cheating, no DMs or secret conversations, but I did notice he's been liking a lot of girls' photos. Not influencers or random accounts either. Normal girls, some local, some people he follows. Nothing crazy, but enough for me to notice a pattern. And now I'm just sitting here thinking, is that where this starts? Because combined with what I heard about his past, it doesn't feel very innocent anymore. And at this point, I'm pretty fed up. It's not just about the phone anymore. It's about the fact that he's never told me about his last relationship properly, and he's strict about privacy. And now I'm seeing things that don't really sit right with me. I'm honestly thinking about sitting him down and telling him straight up, I know what your ex said. I went through your phone, and I'm not convinced everything is as clean as you make it seem. Because from my perspective, something just feels off. So, am I the asshole for going through his phone and now wanting to confront him about it? Sheesh.
That's an interesting one. I do think it's bizarre for you to look at his phone. I'll start off there.
Even after getting the information about his past relationship?
Yeah, it's not your phone. You should always get consent to do so. I think it's bizarre when people go through each other's phone. There's a component of trust there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you didn't trust him enough to ask him and be like, tell me about this. Instead, you wanted to do digging in the background and see what you can uncover. I think there's already a little bit of a crack in that relationship, in my
Fair.
opinion.
Fair.
That's the first element of it. The second element is when it comes to past, and I understand it's justified to ask questions about it, and it's good to know also, right? I'm not denying that, but whatever happened in my past doesn't define who I am right now. You don't know the legwork I put in to become a better person. You don't know everything that I've done in order to make sure that I'm in a position to be in a relationship now that I'm better. I don't need to do the things that I did in the past, you know? Although I understand holding people accountable, but I don't know if it's your right to know somebody's past. If they're willing to tell you it, by all means, go ahead. But if it's something that is like a chapter in their life that they don't want to revisit, I don't think it's your business to know that. That's another point. And lastly, what I would say about it is the Instagram thing, liking people's pictures, I do think it's a little bizarre. Liking random girls' pictures, I do think it's kind of weird. But if it's people that he knows, that he like maybe childhood friends or per se people that he grew up with, there's an element of that which is kind of normal. Like, you're just supporting your friend from the past. But if it's new people that you just see on your explore page and you double click, that's a little weird to me. Like, you have a girl, why are you liking random people's pictures, you know? That's my component of it. Like, I think she's a little weird, but she's justified for asking. But why is the phone included? That's my problem. Mm-hmm. You don't need to be digging into people's life like that. Like, ask him directly. That's part of a relationship.
No, she did ask him directly, and he said no.
No, but I think it was the phone component of it. He was like, I don't want to show you my phone. I'll be there to show you can see.
Yeah, he said, I'll sit with you and share with you.
I remember that. But
Mm-hmm.
my thing was more like, why does the phone have to be included? Talk to the man himself. Ask the questions. You found out something about his past relationship? Okay, cool. Why don't you ask him? Why am I digging? Why am I going like a treasure hunt? You feel me?
I think it's the fear of being cheated on herself.
Fair, which
That's-
I see that perspective, but my thing is, why not talk to the man? What you're doing all this digging.
He's a cheater.
Why is a cheater?
I mean,
Doesn't mean you are still, huh?
Allegedly.
No, but let's say it happened.
No, we don't. We can't just say it happened because some people make allegations.
What's your perspective?
First of all, I'm gonna throw some Spanish in there.
Go ahead.
Tranquilo, hermana.
What's that mean?
That means calm, sister.
Okay. Okay, keep going.
Don't turn a ditch into the Grand Canyon. Don't turn a mountain to a molehill into a mountain. If you found out something from his past and you're looking and it's making you insecure or it's making you suspicious of him, first of all, if you're gonna want to go digging, try to find out if it's a credible source, because she could have found what he was doing cheating just like you did. Whatever the liking pictures and things like that, she could have built that into something. We don't know, because the smallest thing we see in an emotional mind state, we can become vulnerable and we can start building things. And I'm king of not expressing emotions on time, so I can get scatterbrained as well before approaching someone. So try to get it out as soon as you can and try to calm the situation down, because I do think if that's his one thing of, hey, privacy, and I don't like looking at each other's phones because he wouldn't do it to you, so he's asking for you not to do it to him. If that's his one thing, and you find this piece of information from his past that's an allegation against him, because we don't know if he actually did it, then I'd say get it out to him as soon as you can so you guys can have the full conversation, instead of now you're adding that detail that you found out about his past, and then now whatever you think about what's going on in his phone, and now it's a whole big mess. So you're approaching him with a bunch of chaos instead of approaching him with a detail and asking him to explain it to you. So I think she is the asshole for going through his phone if that's his one ask. But I'd say just calm down and try to figure the situation out before she goes crazy.
I'm going to disagree with you guys. I'm going to say she's not the asshole.
Okay.
I think sharing passwords is important in a relationship.
Absolutely.
I think you need to have each other's passwords, passcodes, all that shit. It should be full transparency. And if you got nothing to hide, you shouldn't have nothing to worry about, in my opinion. But also, I would say that in the story specifically, I think him saying right up front, I don't really like the fact that sharing password, it's a red flag. Right then and there, I would have said, all right, this nigga cheated on someone. 100%. I would have just put the dots, I would have connected dots right there. And I don't blame her for feeling like insecure or feeling like anxious about the fact that she learned this information and then that led to her go check her phone. I think that's just a natural human instinct that took place. But I do agree with what you're saying, that he needs to have, or she needs to have a conversation with their man, confront him about it, be like, yo, I know you cheated on your girl. I went through your phone. You're not cheating on me. What's going on? And then see how he reacts. If he's still like, putting down, if he's putting this act of we need to have this separation, we need to have boundaries, blah, 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 then I don't think you should be with that guy moving forward. I think he's trying to create some sort of wall to cheat on you eventually. Somewhere down the line, he's going to cheat on you.
Why is that?
Why do you assume that?
Because he's building this sort of like figurative wall between him and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he already has a bad history, a bad track record of how he treats people in terms of like trust, when there's trust built. And I think that she needs some assurance from him that he's committed to this relationship, and that would be with sharing his passwords with her.
The one thing,
If he's not willing to do that, then I think he's a cheater.
she found this information out about the cheating
Yeah.
through I think a distant friend of a friend. Or
Yeah, an
something
external
like
source.
that. And then she said also some digging.
Yeah.
So it's not that she heard from the girl directly, he cheated on me,
Yeah.
or this is what I seen and then made me think he cheated, or something of that nature. This is a whole web of stuff that happened for her to find this information.
I agree.
So why do you feel that's a certainty that he's going to cheat if she didn't hear directly from the girl that he cheated?
Because he never told his girl about this. He deliberately kept this a secret about his life, and he's from a different town too. Like, so he's probably coming to a different city thinking, I'm not going to bring my baggage with me, blah, blah, I'm going to get into a new relationship. But I think vulnerability in a relationship is 100% important. I agree with what you're saying. You shouldn't judge people for their past. But to have a progressive relationship, to have growth in a relationship, you have to be vulnerable. You have to talk about things that aren't so sweet about you, and you have to share those things. And if you don't, and if you keep them a secret, and somebody ends up stumbling on it later on, they could see you in a different light. They would be justified seeing you in a different light. It's just how the mind works. Naturally, honesty is the best policy, man.
I feel like that makes sense in a dream world. Like,
Why do you
yes,
say that?
I agree with you.
Why do you say that?
Because it sounds a little too perfect.
Give me a
I
reason
don't
why.
want to know that my wife was with this guy and what they did and the videos they had. Like, I don't need to
We're not talking
know
about that. We're
no,
talking
what
about
but I'm
anything.
trying to say the transparency component of it. And let's say something happened in their relationship and she was in the wrong and, you know, she did all the things to move forward from it. I don't need to know the semantics of what happened. All I need to know is they were together, they're not together anymore, and now she's with me. I don't want to know the the secrets of what's going on in that relationship. You know what I mean?
Why?
Like
Does it make you uncomfortable?
like I don't need that's not the version of my wife that I know.
Well, why not? Let's peel that back a little bit. Why not?
Because that was her with another man.
So
And all I need to know, all the information I need to be privy to was they were together for X amount of time.
is it an insecurity thing?
That's a great question. I wouldn't say it's an insecurity thing. I just think it's none of my concern. Why do I need to know
Yeah,
that?
but why? I'm asking you why.
I honestly speaking, like it's information that is not important to me.
You don't think
that's
there's
how I
no
think.
value in that at all?
No, like I
disagree heavily.
The only thing that I need to know of is she's no longer in that relationship, and this is the version of her that I have now. That's what's important to me. Like, I don't really care about the stuff that she was a partaken before me. You know, like let's say I meet her now.
I feel like it's a very comparison. Like you're comparing those two relationships. I'm not thinking about it in that
I'm
light.
not comparing.
I'm thinking about it in the light of like what she got through to get to me matters.
What I'm trying to say is, okay, let me clarify. I like this angle that you're going at. Let me clarify what I'm saying. What happened in their relationship, it has nothing to do with me.
That's
per
not
se.
what I'm
And
saying.
it's information that I don't really care for. Having said that,
Why
though,
don't you care for it? That's what I want to know.
it's just not important to me. It's
not?
it's not information that I really don't care about. Like, why do I'm trying to peel back everything that my wife did with other
Your
people?
wife.
With other people. Like, that's none of my business. So all I care about is this is the version that I have of her now, and this is the version that we're going together with. And that's what's important to me. Like, this onward. Why do I care about the things that she did in the past with other people that don't matter? That's my thing.
I don't think
Giving her
it's
a
like
clean
I don't
slate.
because the way
Yeah.
you're framing it is like you're trying to just extract juicy details that don't concern you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to extract the basis of that relationship, the plot points, the climax, and the trajectory, how it ended. All of that matters because it forms who she is as a
Why
person.
is that important to you, though?
Because it forms who she is as a person.
But you
She's
see
not gonna,
that person right now.
Yeah.
Why do you care about to see how this happened? And if that's information she doesn't want to
Because,
provide
okay,
you, why do you
because
try to pull
stuff
into
like
it?
insecurity, stuff like anxiety, stuff like like these lasting effects that come after a relationship or a toxic relationship has
Yeah.
ended could find its way in your new relationship. And it would be wise for you to understand how your spouse or partner got to the place where she's at now,
Fair.
so you can help her get to a better position of growth.
I like the way you went about that. Yes, absolutely. I think if there's stuff that happened in our relationship.
Like, I'm not trying to ask my spouse, what was your ex-man's stroke game like? That's not what I'm saying. Like, I don't give a fuck about
That's
that
not what I'm
shit.
talking about. What I'm trying to say is, you bring up a good point. And the point that I'm talking about is, if it affects our relationship, then it's information I care about. Remember how I said I don't care if it doesn't impact me? But let's say there's an insecurity that her and I discover while she's with me.
But don't you
then
think
that's something I want to unpack? Go
but
ahead.
don't you think that there's going to be points in your life or her life that a past relationship or a past situation is going to affect, or like even just like thoughts, for example,
Go ahead.
let's hypothetically,
Oh, go ahead.
let's say you're with somebody who left a toxic relationship prior to you, but never really discussed the toxic relationship to you, and they're thinking about their ex in their mind about where they're at in life. Don't you think that you would be, don't you think you would want to be privy to that type of thinking as to
But
why she
that's-
thinks that now?
Couple of things with that. First, I don't think that person is ready for a relationship.
You're already
First
with
and
them.
foremost. Yeah, fair enough. But that's
gonna leave them?
that's something I want to say. Two,
Are you gonna leave them?
and that's another thing I was going to get to if you let me finish. Another thing that I was going to say is, I only care about information when it impacts me. So let's say if now she is coming into this relationship a little bizarre, and I'm noticing it, right? That's when I will want to sit down with her and unpack it. Like, what's wrong? Do you not trust me? Like, I'll get into the semantics of it.
But I feel like it's like the way I'm receiving what you're saying
Sure.
is how you're saying to me, I want the completed product of you. I don't want the work in progress. I'm saying that everybody is a work in progress coming into every relationship with baggage. We gotta
I'm not saying that.
we gotta
I don't feel
understand
like that's what
everybody.
you're saying.
I'm not saying that.
That's how it's being framed
I
in my
understand.
mind.
I understand how that's how it may sound to you. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to start with where you're at. Let's
It's always
say
where it's gonna start.
let's say we're playing a video game. Let's say you're on level 5. I want to start with you at level 5.
Yeah.
I don't care to say what happened level 4, level 3, level 2, level 1.
That doesn't matter at all.
What I'm saying is, when it starts to impact our relationship, that's when I want to unpack it. Let's say we're on level 7 and there was a moment in level 3 which impacted you greatly, and now it's impacting us on level 7, you know? That's when I'm going to be like, okay, yo, let's talk about this. Let's figure this out. But like, my thing is, if it's not important enough to unpack, then it shouldn't be any of my business. That's what I'm saying.
I disagree with you. And I disagree with you because both parties in the relationship are a work in progress. I think if one party is a little bit behind in that process, the other party should step in and assist them with that growth. And that incorporates having uncomfortable conversations about their past that you might not want to be privy to. It's not about you in this position. It's about the other person who needs the help. So I think that in a healthy relationship, there needs to be a level of vulnerability about things about yourself that you don't personally like or that are not like very colorful. And that is a necessary component in growth, in my opinion.
Another thing I feel like you're mistaking for what I'm saying is, it's not that she can't tell me. It's more like I don't care to know. But if it's something that she wants to discuss with me, I'm not going to shove her off and be like, get the fuck out of my face. You feel me? Like, I'm
But
willing.
it sounds like that.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm not going to sit here, her and I, and be like, tell me everything that happened in the past. I'm not going to say that.
Nobody's going to do that.
No, but what I'm going to say is, I'm not going to be the one to be like, what is happening? What happened in your past life? But if she's to sit across from me and say, there's something I'm dealing with, I'm learning how to get better from it. It stemmed from this time period in my life. I'm not going to sit here and say, shut the fuck up. What I'm going to say is, let's unpack that. Let's get it over. Let's talk about this together. The thing that I want to get across is, I'm not going to be the one to pull that information out of her. I'm going to be the one to receive that information when she feels comfortable telling me. Do you
So in
understand?
no other setting aside from helping out your spouse, are you going to have a conversation about her?
Yes,
her
because
past?
I don't think it's any of my business. But another component, another time which I care about that information is when it impacts us. I'm noticing, and then I'm going to ask you for it. You feel me?
So
Like,
only when it affects you.
only when it affects us. That's how I
But
see
it's
it.
mainly you because it's always going to be affecting her. It's her life.
But if it impacts the dynamic of us, then it impacts both of us. And like, I know you're trying to place the
extremely
difference
selfish to
between.
me, man.
I don't think see that
It's
at all.
extremely
Though.
selfish
How
to
do
me,
you
man.
see that selfish?
Because you only care about your life being great. You don't want to like incorporate the other person's like not great part of her life
no,
into
but
yours.
you're assuming that she hasn't grown from it and healed. That's my
Maybe
thing.
she hasn't. How would you know if you
But
never
if
talk
she
about
wants,
it?
that's the component I told you about. Where if she wants to talk to me about it, then we can. I'm down. Let's talk about it. But you're assuming just because I said at the beginning, and I feel like this is the part you're sticking with, that I don't care about the past.
Yeah, it's the
more
words
along-
I don't care
But
that are triggering
there's a
to me.
caveat in there.
Okay,
which
what's the
is-
caveat?
Which is when it starts to impact you, me, or us, I want to talk about it. But if
you
it
won't
doesn't
know if it's
impact you,
impacting
me,
them
or us,
unless they
I don't
ask
give a
you.
shit about it.
You won't know it's impacting them until they tell you about it.
Absolutely, but that's
So in
that's
other- it-
is your relationship not about communication?
Yeah, but you got.
How do I not know what's impacting you if you don't tell me? Like, am I supposed to? Oh, let me
agree,
know what
disagree.
you're thinking.
Agree,
Like, how am I supposed to know what
All
she's
right,
thinking?
you got this. It's up you. Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. We're just talking in circles right now, man.
Wakta, you had something to say.
No, I just want to ask. He's saying that he's gonna approach it as it comes up, and whatever emotions or whatever hills that they approach. How are you approaching it? Like, how is it coming to
I
pass?
think from
in a
the moment I meet somebody until the moment we get married,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a progressive get to know you better than yesterday.
Are you sitting
in
down
any
like,
way.
tell me about your previous relationship?
No, it's not gonna be a therapy session. We sit down and talk. I'm just gonna whenever it comes up, whenever we have the chance to peel back. I want to be vulnerable with my spouse.
Okay.
It's not that I just want to have a surface level relationship where everything's all great and peachy. There's gonna be bad times. I want to know what those bad times are. I want to know what is your pressure points and what are my pressure points so that we can work together and figure this out as a team. There's no like when the storm hits, we're gonna have an umbrella. No, be ready for anything.
So you guys are saying the same thing then? You guys are saying
We're saying it in
as it
different ways,
approaches,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? But I think the choice of words that I'm not following or comprehending is I just don't care.
okay.
Because I do care. Naturally, I would care.
I care when it happens.
That's what I'm saying. You don't care.
No, I care when it happens.
Only when it affects you. I think that's selfish.
I didn't. I said. I feel like I clarified 3 times. I said it when it affects you, me, or us. That's when I said I care. Did I not say that 3 times?
Agree or disagree?
I heard it.
Like, I'm literally, when it impacts her, I care. When it impacts me,
You won't know.
I care. What do you mean?
She's
I'll
not
know
talking
because
about it.
I'll see it off with her, and then I'll ask her a
Oh,
question.
okay. Now, okay.
I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "What's happening?" I'm gonna obviously ask her.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Cool.
You know, talk to the audience. Let the audience.
Let them know.
Bro,
I mean-
I'm just saying, like, and I'll let me go back to my original point. The version of her that I receive is the version of her that I want to grow with. Like, do I care about the semantics of how she got to that point? If she's privy to share that information with me, sure. But I'm not gonna dig into her past like a weirdo, in my opinion, because I do think that's a little bizarre. Tell me about your first relationship and how did that end? Was there any, like, I think that's such a weird conversation to have. And if it naturally comes up in normal conversation, like when they were playing a game, sure, I see. But I'm not going to sit here and sit across from her and try to interrogate her. You feel me? That's my whole thing. And
So when
if
somebody asks in a relationship, what was your last relationship like? What do you expect them to say back?
that's a little bit of a different question, though. You know, like,
How?
the thing is, I'm comfortable with sharing that information, you know? But that's only because she asked. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like,
No, what would you give them that? Like, what would you tell them?
I would let them know this is how long we were together. If we
Just
were
surface level information, nothing
like
too serious.
it's kind of weird when you get to the little itties and bitties of it. Like, what do you want to know?
So if you're courting somebody or if you're getting to know somebody and they ask you about your past relationship and you hypothetically had a heartbreak, you're not mentioning that heartbreak,
I will. I'll mention how it ended.
no matter how bad it goes
I'll
to you.
mention how it ended. I'm not gonna hide that. But like the
If
little
it broke you, you're not mentioning that.
No, I will. I'll be like, but that's how is that bizarre though? If she asked me the question, I'm just saying from my perspective.
But
I
you're
think
never going to
it's-
ask that question.
I don't care for it.
Okay.
You
I
don't
don't
want to
care
pry.
for it. Huh?
You don't want to pry.
Yeah, I don't like if that's information that she wants to know. I will share with her. I'm not gonna be out here like.
I get what you're saying now.
I'm
I get-
authentic. I'm gonna let her know exactly how things ended and why it didn't go further. But if you, I just find it bizarre on my perspective to do so. But
It's
if-
out of character for you.
yeah, like why? I just don't see me sitting there like, why not? Like that's not me. That's just not me.
Agree to disagree. I understand 100% what you're saying now. I just 100% disagree with it.
Fair enough. Okay.
I just don't live like that.
Let's wrap it up.
All right. So what do we think? Asshole?
Kind of forgot what the original.
it was
So
going
the
through the
girl
boyfriend's
goes through the
phone,
phone.
and then she was like, I saw him liking pictures, blah, blah, blah.
I don't.
She wants to confront him about it.
I don't think she's the asshole, because I understand how normal human antics can make you want to pry into somebody's past. I do think it's a little weird that you prefer to go the route of investigating in the background without asking him directly. That's my thing. I don't think she's in the wrong.
I think she's justified. I think she's right on the money. She's leading to the trail of this guy's a cheater, and I think she's trying to save herself the blindsidedness of later on, I got cheated on. And that's fair. It's a human instinct. I rock with this girl.
I think asshole. We have to get to a certain point in life where you're comfortable with coming together with your emotions and figuring out how to approach someone instead of building it up in your head and trying to find details to corroborate what your findings are. And that's not necessary. If you want to move forward, find a way to approach people.
That's it.
That's it.
Sir.
Tell us what you think in the comments. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm right? Do you think he's right? Do you think he's right? Yo, comments. We need to know. Audience, let us know. Cover Podcast. See you next time.